G'day everyone, Lauren Kress here and welcome back to another episode of The Cheat Sheets. In today's video, we're going to be looking at 10 common barriers to sleep. Before I get into that, I wanted to explain a little bit about where I've been and where I want to go for this year. Even though we're already in March, this year is slipping away very, very quickly. Back in January, I went through all of my content and I had a look at all of the things that I created over the past few years. YouTube has been something that I will sometimes have more time for and sometimes less time for. I'm one of those sort of YouTubers, I guess, who can be a bit inconsistent with posting, but I really want to focus my attention this year on bringing you more content that you have found most valuable. So looking at what is the most popular, what's the most engaging, what my audience is looking for on this channel, and really focusing on three sort of key pillars. So one is around well-being and your health. I am now a qualified personal trainer. I'm also a stretch coach and I also am a swim instructor as well. So we'll be doing more, or I'll be sharing more videos on fitness and health related stuff, including today's video on sleep. We're also, the other sort of areas are around your career. So I'm a qualified career development practitioner. So I'll be sharing with you some content around finding the career that's right for you and other things that happen along our career journey. And then the third area is around our emotional well-being as well. So that's why it's physical, emotional, and professional ways to refuel your fire. Refuel Your Fire is my business brand, and you can find out more about that by visiting my website, which I will put in the description below. A big focus on for everything that I do is around helping people to prevent and overcome burnout. And I noticed that even before I had really narrowed into this niche, a lot of the content that I create is around this as well. One thing that I have found is generally the content that does the best on this channel is animated videos using whiteboard video animation. However, this content takes a really long time for me to create. So I want to mix things up a little bit and see what you think of that as well. So today is an example of a video that I'm thinking of using this format as well. I would love to know what you think. If you really want me to go back to more whiteboard animation videos, please also let me know that. I really appreciate your feedback. So without further ado, today we're going to be talking, like I said, about the 10 barriers to getting a good night's sleep, or 10 common barriers to getting a good night's sleep. Let me know in the comments whether you have these barriers, you've experienced any of these barriers. And in part 2 of this video, we'll be talking about ways to overcome it. So I'll be sharing 14 strategies to overcome these barriers to getting a good night's sleep. So without further ado, let's jump into the topic for today's video. So number one, big one, screen time before bed. Exposure to screens, including our phones, tablets, computers before bed, can really disrupt our natural sleep-wake cycle, especially due to the blue light emitted. Number two, having an irregular sleep schedule. Again, really common for a lot of people to have inconsistent sleep patterns, and this disrupts the body's internal clock. So it makes it really challenging to fall asleep and wake up at the desired time. Caffeine and stimulant consumption. A lot of us will have some form of caffeine or stimulant throughout the day, and if we have it too close to bedtime, it can really interfere with the ability to fall asleep. If you're struggling to go to sleep, no caffeine like 10 hours before you go to bed. Really, you want to have a wide window to help you fall asleep. Okay, number 4, stress and anxiety. So I remember experiencing this one a lot as well, not so much now, but in the past, having that mental stress and anxiety where you have racing thoughts and you keep going around in loops of thinking can make it really difficult to relax and fall asleep. For me, when I do have this, it tends to be at 4 o'clock in the morning. So I'll wake up around 4 o'clock and my head will just be going round and round and round, racing thoughts. And sometimes I just won't be able to get back to sleep. So I really empathize or sympathize. Anyway, I know what this feels like. myself. Number 5, an uncomfortable sleep environment. So if you don't have the right mattress, you don't have the right pillows, if you're too warm or it's too cold, that can really disrupt your sleep as well. Not getting enough physical activity. So if you have a sedentary lifestyle where you're sitting down a lot, maybe you sit at a desk all day, you have long hours, you don't really get time to be active, that can also contribute to poor sleep quality. Excessive napping. So if you're having long or irregular daytime naps, that can interfere with nighttime sleep. Now, having said that, I know that as a parent, it can be really, really difficult to get uninterrupted sleep at any time of the day, including night. So I think, in one sense, excessive napping for some people might actually become a strategy if they know they have to get up. Or, for people who do shift work, excessive napping could actually become a good strategy for sleep. But ideally, if we can get to a point where we're getting that long sleep at night, and if we need to nap, we're napping 20 to 30 minutes in the day, but avoiding those late afternoon naps, that would be really key to getting that good long sleep at night. Unhealthy eating habits. This is another one. If we're consuming really heavy meals, really spicy meals close to bedtime, that can cause discomfort and indigestion. So we want to leave a few hours, 2 to 3 hours before bedtime, to avoid those feelings of discomfort at night. Number 9, noise and light disturbances. So external noise or excessive light in the bedroom can disrupt sleep. That kind of goes back to that having an uncomfortable sleep environment. So really try to help yourself fall asleep by having, you can have earplugs, white noise machines, blackout curtains, create a quiet and dark sleep environment. And alcohol consumption as well. It's interesting because I've heard people say this before. They say, I actually drink alcohol to help me go to sleep. Because it does induce drowsiness. However, it can lead to disrupted sleep patterns. So you end up waking up in the morning and feeling like you haven't had a good night's sleep. So really avoiding alcohol, again, 2 to 3 hours before bedtime, really, really important. So what did you think? Were there any particular barriers that resonated with you? For me, one of the things that I really find is caffeine intake and sugar have a big, big impact on whether or not I get a good night's sleep. We'll be talking a little bit more about the role of nutrition in future videos as well when it comes to sleep, as well as other things, including the prevention and recovery of burnout. Please, if you like this content, if you could hit the like button, really, really helps. Subscribe to this channel if you're not already, and jump into the comments, let me know what you think. I look forward to seeing you next time. Until then, wishing you all the health and happiness, and I'll talk to you again soon.